Hey guys, Dr. Mike Dusa, MTFU Longevity Over 50. How are you? My best way to get lean and ripped and stay that way. I got a question here from Harold. He's been doing well. He's come down from 30% to 20% body fat. He's lost about 30 pounds. His goal is to get lean and have abs. He's just coming off a bulk, he says. And I asked him to be specific with that. He gained a bunch of weight, and he tried to. He increased his eating. In fact, he called it a dirty bulk, and I had to be a little facetious. I kind of knew what he meant, but I said, "What do you mean by that?" And I guess what he's saying is a dirty bulk is you eat whatever the hell you want, whatever shit comes in front of you, just to get the calories up, and come what may. You get stronger, you push more weight. Too many times, because there's a general paucity of quality in those types of calories. When you do strip down and lean up, you don't really have any extra muscle left. We used to do this in the 80s. We used to bulk up, to the tune of maybe I'd get up to like 225 pounds, and then I'd get back down to 185 to compete, and every year I'd be 185. So there wasn't much left as far as muscle. You weren't really gaining any extra muscle because you're really engaging in non-quality consumption. And none of it's really real. You're left with no net gain. So in any event, he wants to get lean, and I told him he has to be patient. I asked him what he's doing as far as his workout, and it's kind of wrong what he's doing as far as being in alignment with his goals. But I'll tell you what I do currently right now to stay lean and to get rid of especially guys around my age, the fat that's around the pecs and the stomach. Because what happens is, in men in particular, you'll find that when you do gain weight, you gain it everywhere. It starts in the stomach and the face, and it proliferates to the extremities. But when you lean up, your arms and your legs get lean first, and even when they start to get hard and lean, you still have that fat around the pecs and the stomach. That's the last area for it to go. So really, your marker to measure whether you're lean or not is to have those ripped abs, and that happens at the end of your course. So you've got to be patient. I told Harold here he wants to be ready for the summer. Based upon his numbers, that may or may not happen. But he's got to be patient, and he's just got to train for life, train for good, not train for a particular event. So what I do right now is every day I wake up. First thing I do, since I haven't had any water for 8 hours, I drink a liter of water. I have a cup of black coffee. I do a little writing, meditate. I'm off to the gym. I haven't eaten any food. I do 30 minutes of fasted cardio on the step mill. I do a level 6, which is nice, easy pace. I can breathe. I can speak, even though I don't talk. I do that. I eat my first meal. I sit down. I wait 30 minutes. I do my weights, and then I go and I do high intensity interval training, HIIT cardio for another 20 minutes, and that's a level 10 for 2 minutes, and then I come down to a level 6 for 2 minutes, and back to 10 and 6 and 10 and 6, and all the way out through 20 minutes like that. So that's a 50-minute total of cardio, and it really works for me. Now, there's another thing I told Harold he has to figure out, and that's his basal metabolic rate. This is something everybody should know. Basal metabolic rate, just to keep it basic, is the amount of calories you need just to stay alive without doing anything. Let's say theoretically you wake up and you lay in bed all day and you do nothing. You don't even move your hand to play with the remote. Okay, your body still needs a certain number of calories just to live, just for your heart and lungs to work, to pump blood, to keep the proper temperature, for brain function, all that stuff. In my case, you can go online and find a BMR calculator. I punched in my age, 54, sex male, my height 6 feet, my body weight 190 pounds, and it told me my BMR, my basal metabolic rate, the amount of calories my body needs just to live is 1,802 calories. And like give or take, that's probably sounds about right. What do I do? Because I need calories outside of that to exercise and perform functions and do things and walk and move around and lift things up. Well, I'm trying to stay lean, so I don't go that much higher above that. Look, if you want all that extra bulk, if you're going into the NFL, if you're a strength athlete, if looking a certain way doesn't matter, then pile on with the calories. But for most of the people in this group here, we're talking about aesthetics and looking a certain way and getting an angular look to you and being stealthy and having leanness and all that stuff. Well, in that case, what do? I go anywhere, and this is my recommendation to Harold, going anywhere from 200 to 400 calories above that 1800 number per day. That gives you just enough to fuel your activities without going above that to the point where bodybuilders would call it spilling over. You know you're eating a little too much, you get soft, you get kind of pudgy, you don't quite feel it. Because once you really lock in with your personal best as far as physicality goes, you know if you're on just by the way you feel. In fact, I could say to Denise sometimes, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling kind of off today. And she'll say, oh, you look fine. But I can feel it. I know I'm a little off. And that's why I take photos on a regular basis. If you're not taking photos, you'll never see your progression. In fact, you'll always, people will always see you as looking differently than how you yourself think you look. See, you need that objectivity, and I've got that going on. So, you've got to ask yourself: are you lifting to look good? Or are you lifting for performance? Here, basically, health comes first. By the way. I would never suggest anything where your health is affected. So as far as going below your basal metabolic rate, the calories you need just for bodily function, I don't recommend it. I mean, I see people going down to 600, 800, 1,000 calories. That's insane. I don't recommend that, and that's a good way to shut your metabolism off. But by doing this over time, not only will your extremities get lean, but the inner body, the pectoral area, the stomach, the back, the lower back, those areas will get lean too, but you've got to be patient. I've had problems with all that stuff. I'm pretty lean head to toe right now, and it takes time. And I know it's a big quandary for a lot of guys, the man boobs, the gyno look, all that stuff. Look, you can do dips, you can do cable flies, you can do dumbbell flies, all that stuff, stretching. But if your nutrition is not on point, none of that's ever going to happen. You're gonna need a bra, okay? It's not easy. If you don't feel confident taking your shirt off, then you're probably just not ready. But anyway, watch those numbers. Check out your BMR online. It's very easy to find. And go forth and conquer. Dr. Mike Dusa, MTFU Longevity Over 50. You have a great day.